Okay, so hello everyone. In this video, we will be focusing on the basic concept of simple interest. Let's give credit to the owner of this PDF that I am sharing with you. So in here, you should be able to define what a simple interest is, compute simple interest using actual and approximate time, compute ordinary and exact interest, and then solve application problems involving simple interest. So let's explore. We have here your family wants to buy a new flat TV, but you don't have enough savings to pay for it. How can your family have the desired television? So most of you will answer probably through a loan or by borrowing a money or by purchasing the said product, the said television, with the use or with the idea of installment. So you will be paying the television for, let's say, a year or more than a year depending on your contract. Now, how do credit card companies make money from their services, and how do banks, credit cooperatives, or appliances centers make money from their clients? So the same answer in here, it's through the concept or the use of interest. Now, let us define the following. When we say interest, this is the payment for the use of one's money, or the amount added to the amount that you, or to the money that you have borrowed, or to the money that you have invested in a bank. Now, simple interest is computed using either the actual or the approximate time. When we say actual time, this is the sum of the exact number of days of each month, which is 365 days. When we say approximate time, this is computed using 30 days of each month in a year, giving us 360 days in a year. The simple interest has this formula. No, simple interest on the amount invested or borrowed is computed based on the principal, the interest rate, which is given in percentage, and the length of time for which the money is invested or borrowed. We have here I is equal to P times R times T. But later on, I will be giving you a shortcut on how to solve the simple interest, how to compute the simple interest, and problems involving it. We have different notations. I here, this denotes the interest or the payment for the use of borrowed money or the amount earned on invested money. In Bisaya, or in other words, it's ang tubo. P here, this is the principal amount or the amount that you have borrowed from your friend or from anyone, or the invested amount. R here, this is the rate of interest, usually in the form of percentage. This is a fractional part of the principal that is paid on loan or investment. T here, this denotes the time or the number of years for which the money is borrowed or invested. You have to take note that the standard when talking about the time is per year. But if it is given in months, then you have to divide that one by 12. If it is given in days, you will be dividing that by 365. If it is given in weeks, then you have to divide that one by 52. We have here the different formulas. To get the interest amount, you have here I is equal to P times R times T. To get the final amount or the future value or the maturity value, all you have to do is to add the principal amount plus the interest. Or you can use the other formula. F is equal to P times 1 plus R times T. This can be used if let's say the interest is not given, or the interest cannot be computed using the given value. So you can use the rate and the time as a substitute. For the principal amount, you have here I over R times T, or the future value minus the interest. For the time, you have here I over P times R. For the rate of interest, you have here I over P times T. Now, this might take you a lot of time before you can memorize this one, or you might feel lazy memorizing all of this. So I have a technique for you on how to compute these problems that involves the simple interest. Basically, we have in here the illustration. Okay, we have here I, we have here P, R, and T. The horizontal line in here, this denotes the operation multiplication, and the two vertical lines in here, this denotes the operation division. So if you are to look for the interest, just simply cover I in there. Now, the formula will be P times R times T. If you are to look for the principal amount, so you have here I all over R times T. If you are to look for the rate of interest, so you have here I over P times T. And if you are to look for the time, then you have here I all over P times R. So just memorize this illustration and then you're good to go. Now we have here our first example, how much interest will Mary earn in her investment of 12,400 at 6% simple interest for 3 years. So for you not to have difficulties in solving this one, the first thing that you will do is to list down what is given. Okay, so in this case, the principal amount is given, which is 12,400. The rate of interest is given by 6%. Now, when you solve this one, when you compute for the simple interest, you have to convert percentage into its decimal form. Now, 6% is just the same with 0.06, and we do have in here our time, that is 3 years. So after you list down all the given values, the next thing that you will do is to use the formula. Getting the interest, you have here what the variables that are left are P, R, T, and the operation multiplication. So basically, you will be multiplying all those values, all the given values. P, that is 12,400. Rate, that is 0.06. And time, that gives us 3. Multiplying this, we might be using a calculator for us to easily compute this one. We have 12,400 times 0.06 times 3. Okay, that's 2,232. 2,200 for a while. Okay, that is 2,232. That means if you will be borrowing a money of 12,400 and then given the interest, which is 6% after 3 years, you will have 2,232 as an additional payment. So all in all, you will be paying 14,632 to the man or to the person you owe the money. Okay, second example we have in here. Sophia borrowed 25,000 pesos from a lending corporation that charges 12% interest with an agreement to pay the principal and the interest at the end of the term. If she paid 35,500 at the end of the term, for how long did she use the money? So the question is how long. This refers to the time. What we are looking for in here is the time or the number of years. And going back to our formula, this one, we have the drawing I all over P times R times T. So we're looking for T. The variables and the operations that are left in there are I all over P times R. So this is the formula that we will be using for a while. All right, so you have in here T is equal to I over P times R. Now, before you substitute all the given values, you have to list it down first. Okay, so given this one, the rate of interest that is 15% or 0.15, you have here the principal amount that is 25,000 pesos. And we need to look for the value of the interest since it is given in the formula. Now, to compute for the interest, basically, you will be analyzing the question. So you borrowed 25,000 pesos only, and then you have paid 35,500. So 35,500 minus 25,000, that gives us 10,000 as the interest. Now it's complete. So Let us substitute. We have in here 10,000 all over the principal amount, 25,000 times the rate of interest, which is 0.15. So we'll be using our calculator again. You have 25,000 times 0.12. Oh, this should be 0.12. That's 3,000. This is 0.12. Okay, 0.12, 0.12. So 10,000 all over. What was the answer? 3,000. This will give us 10,000 divided by 3,000. That gives us to 3.33 years. So this is the time that Sophia have used the money, 3.33 years. Okay, we have another example. Julia needs 57,300 to buy cooking equipment for her new house. She is willing to pay the interest of 7,735.50 pesos if she borrowed the said amount from the bank. If she intends to pay her obligation within 30 months, what must be the interest rate of her loan? So we are looking for the rate of this particular problem. The principal amount is given by 57,300. The time we have in here within 30 months. So this is given in months. We have to divide this one by 12 since the standard is in years man. Now 30 divided by 12, that gives us 2.5, and we have the interest. Okay, the interest is given by 7,735.50. Now, using the same formula in here or the same idea, we are looking for the rate. So the formula is I over P times T. All right, the rate is given by R I over P times T. The interest, that is 7,735.50. Our principal amount, that is 57,300 times the time, that is 2.5. So continuing this one, this gives us 7,735.50 divided by what is 57. Okay, what is for a while? What is 57,300 times 2.5? So that gives us 143,250. 143,250. Dividing this, all right, 7,735.50 divided by 143,250. That gives us 0.054 times 100. Okay, that's 5.4. So the rate of interest is 5.4%. Now let's have another example. Ian wishes to have 36,500 after 1 year and 3 months to be used for the educational tour. How much should she or should he invest in this account today if the interest rate is 6.5%? How much should he invest in his account? So we are looking for the principal amount, no? Given the future value, because Ayan wishes to have 36,000. So the future value is 36,500. The given time is 1 year and 3 months. So 1 year and 3 months, we have to convert that one in decimal. Okay, you have 12 plus 3, that's 15 divided by 12. That gives us 1.25 years, and we have in here the rate of interest 6%, 6.5% converted to decimal, that becomes 0.065. Now in here Since we do not have the value for the interest, we will be using the other formula for the principal amount, which is I over R times T. We have here P is equal to I over R times T. Okay, P is equal to I over R times T. Now, in this case, we do not have the value of our interest, so we might as well use the other option, which is F minus I. Okay? F minus I. We have here P is equal to F minus I. Now, we have here P is equal to F minus I. Then again, we don't have the value for I, so we can substitute the formula of the interest which is given by P times R times T, since I is just equal to P times R times T. Now, substituting this one, the future value is given by 36,500 minus the principal amount. Still, this is unknown. The rate of interest, that's 0.065. You have here the time, that's 1.25. Okay, P is equal to 36,500 minus, we have in here 0.065 times 1.25. That gives us 0. Okay, 0.0975, 0.0975 p. Since multiplying these three, you will come up with this answer. Now, our aim here is to get the value of p. So that means we have to eradicate this term on the right side. That is by using addition property of equality. We will be adding 0.0975 to both sides. So this becomes 0, right? Adding negative plus positive with the same number, that gives us 0. So this will become 0. This will become 1.0975 p. Dividing this one by 1.0975, 1.0975, this gives us the principal amount of 36,500 divided by 1.0975. This gives us 33,257, 257.40 approximately. This will be the final answer. Okay, another example we have in here. To finance her new business, Faith borrowed 124,000 from her brother with an agreement to pay the amount together with the interest at the end of 4 years and 9 months at 2.24% interest rate. How much did Faith pay her brother? So, we're looking for the future value in here. The principal amount, that's given by 124,000 pesos. The rate of interest, that's given by 2.24% or 0.0224. We have in here the time, that's 4 years and 9 months. So you have here 4 times 12, that's 48, plus another 9 months divided by 12, that gives us 4.75 years. Okay, 4.75 years. So the formula for the future value is simply taken by adding the principal amount and the interest. Okay, so we have here the principal amount, that's 124,000 pesos, plus the interest. Since we do not have the value of the interest in here, we can substitute the formula of the interest, which is P times R times T. P times R times T. Okay, copying 124,000 times plus 124,000 times 0.0224 times 4.75. Okay, so you have here 124,000 plus multiplying these three digits, three terms rather, 124,000 times 0.0224 times 4.75. This gives us 13,193.6. Okay, and if we are to add them, you have your plus 124,000. The answer is 137,193.6. So this will be the future value. Now we have two types of interest, the ordinary and the exact interest. The formula for ordinary and exact interest are given by this. So I sub O, that's equal to P times R times the number of days all over 360. Given the exact interest, that's I sub E, which is equal to P times R times the quantity of the number of days all over 365. So how much interest will Benny earn if he deposits an amount of 37,500 at 3% interest rate for 235 days and decided to deposit it at ordinary interest and exact interest? So you have in here two two problems with two formulas to be used. Let's begin by using the ordinary interest. So that's I sub O is equal to P times R, all right, times the number of days divided by 365. Okay, since we do have in here a common denominator which is P times R, let us first get the value of P times R. So principal times the rate. The principal amount is 37,500. The rate is 3% or 0.03. So 37,500 times 0.03, that gives us 1,125. So you already have the copy of the formula. Might as well erase this one and we'll go directly to the answer. So this is 1,125. 1,125 times 235 divided by 365. Okay, 365, that gives us 0.64. 0.64, we will stick to two digits after the decimal point. Now 0.64, 0.64 times 1,125, that leads us to 720. No, 720 will be the interest if we will be using the ordinary interest formula. But if we will be using the exact interest formula, then we have in here 1,125 times 360. Right, 360 divided by again 235 divided by 360, that gives us 0.65. So 0.65 times 1125, that's 731.25. 731.25, this is 0.65. So try to take a look at the two solutions. Right, this is the exact, oh, I think we had a problem in here. 235 divided by 360. Okay, that's 0.65. And 235 divided by 365, that's 0.64. Okay, that's it. Now comparing the two results, we have yield a much bigger or a much higher result in using the exact interest compared to the ordinary interest. Okay, we have tasks 7 and 8. This will be your practice problems, and you may write your final answer in the comment section. If you do have questions, feel free to call my attention. Thank you so much.